heart of the Tanzanian savanna, amidst the vast expanse of grasslands and acacia trees, lived a young girl named Naseria. She was born into the proud Masai community, where tradition and customs shaped every aspect of life. From a young age, Naserian's spirit burned bright with a thirst for knowledge and a desire to make a difference. But in the rigid hierarchy of her society, opportunities for girls were limited and education was reserved for boys. Despite the odds stacked against her, Naserian's determination knew no bounds. She yearned for more than the fate her community had prescribed for her, to be married off at a young age and confined to a life of domestic duties. As she grew older, Naserian witnessed the consequences of this lack of education firsthand. Women in her community suffered from preventable illnesses, childbirth complications, and the burden of poverty. She knew that education was the key to breaking this cycle of suffering. With unwavering courage, Naserian began to challenge the status quo. She spoke out against the injustice of denying girls the right to education, advocating for change within her community. But her efforts were met with resistance and scorn from traditionalists who feared the disruption of long-held customs. Undeterred, Naserian sought allies among the elders who recognized her passion and potential. Through persuasion and persistence, she slowly began to chip away at the barrier standing in her way. Eventually, she convinced the elders to allow her to attend school, becoming the first girl from her village to do so. Naserian's journey through education was not easy. She faced discrimination and skepticism from classmates and teachers alike. But she refused to be discouraged, pouring herself into her studies with a determination that could not be extinguished. Her hard work paid off as she excelled academically, earning scholarships and accolades along the way. But for Naserian, education was not just about personal achievement. It was about using her knowledge to uplift her community. After completing her schooling, Naserian pursued higher education, studying medicine with the dream of becoming a doctor. Despite the challenges of being a woman in a male-dominated field, she persevered, fueled by the memory of the women in her community who had suffered needlessly due to lack of access to healthcare. Years later, Dr. Naserian returned to her village as a qualified doctor, ready to serve her people. She set up a clinic, providing medical care to those who had previously gone without. Through her dedication and expertise, she saved countless lives and brought hope to the marginalized and forgotten. But Naserian's impact extended beyond the walls of her clinic. Her story inspired a new generation of Masai girls to dream beyond the confines of tradition and reach for the stars. They saw in her an example of what was possible when one dared to defy expectations and pursue their passions. And so the tale of Naserian, the courageous girl from the Tanzanian Masai community who fought for her right to education and became a doctor, echoed through the generations, a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the belief that change is possible, even in the most unlikely of places.